I feel like that's half of the things in this game. You're like, I have played this game for 30 hours on this map, and it was there the whole time.
Unless, of course, it's a dry world. Or
Well,
frozen.
if you do a super crazy spawn, then yeah. Like you do crazy frozen. I think that's as insane as you get. Like you might spend 10 hours to get like a handful of sticks. Or at least based on what I've seen other people do. I've seen them struggle to get. Oh, the dude is so excited. He's finally found his stick, right? Or a dry grass, one of the two. Guess what happened? It was under the trader, so he couldn't even get it. Dude literally struggled to get the one thing, and he couldn't even get it.
Yeah, I've seen fuckers like that.
Right, dude? Oh man, that's brutal. You're like, you finally got the one thing, and you couldn't have it. All right, I'm gonna make us a pro pick mold. I might as well make us a few molds. And you wanted a saucepan, right?
Yeah, eventually.
Do we need two? Because we need one with the stirring stick. Boy, I don't know if that's going to accomplish what you want. I'll make one for now.
I don't know about the stirring stick, but yeah. If we want bone broth saucepan, at least in the beginning, until we can get cauldrons, is useful.
You know what bugs me? You know what doesn't use a cauldron? Alchemy.
That is kind of wild. What the fuck?
Yeah. Super weird. All right. Well, I'll make one for now, and then we can just add a stick to it later. Because I don't remember using a saucepan without a stick.
Mainly for gelatin production and bone broth. That's it. If you
Every
don't have
time
a stick,
I ever use
I
it
don't
for
know
anything,
about the stick
which is
though. I've heard the stick moving, and I've seen it in many servers, but never got the finesse to it.
I never had the option to use it without it. Everything I ever tried to make always used it. So I didn't even know there was an option to in that case. Anyways, regardless. All right, we're gonna have a hammer, a prospector, and a pickaxe.
Also been muting because I got the hiccups now. God damn.
Well, I can't go easy on you, can you? There's a handful of remedies,
I
and
get
I
these
never
with
found one
spicy
that works for me.
food or alcohol, anything. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I want a scythe. That's
It's more
what
about acid burn, like, in the stomach than anything.
Ooh.
Heartburn, like that's what
Oh,
causes
I
it.
get that.
Yeah.
And I have the what do they call it? I got one of them extreme heartburn things going.
You can ask many of the other people that I talk to in this community
GERD.
whenever I'm like snockered. I don't hiccup much at all. And this is a rare night. You get to witness it. Oh, it fucking hurts.
Oh yeah, no, I get you. No, I had GERD. I've had heartburns some nights you just can't sleep.
You
Like,
say GERD? No, like I ate a bunch of red meat earlier.
Yeah, GURD.
Shit.
I don't know if you're familiar. I wasn't aware it happened until they said you got this thing. Anyways, it's like some crazy heartburn stuff. It gets nasty. I take meds for that. I haven't really done meds for most anything in my life. I'm like I'll just suffer. But GERD is one of the two things that I'm like I can't do. The scythe. They have a scythe mold. I'm like 99% sure there's a scythe mold, right?
I got half of it away. I'm just trying to concentrate right now to get rid of the rest of it. I am loading in though.
Okay. I swear there's a scythe mold. Don't you take the scythe away from me. Oh, those evil things. They took the scythe away. I can't believe them. All right, fine. So be it.
No luck. So you're just gonna have to deal with me hiccuping.
I'll live probably. If I die, I blame you. Just know that.
Usually I'm able to deal with this.
Dude, I never
And
can.
For whatever reason, they're stubborn tonight.
That's just hiccups, man. Hiccups are just stubborn things in general.
It's not even alcohol related though. That's the thing that pisses me off. It's like, no, this is the time for you not to show up. And even then, whenever I actually drank enough to get me to this state, I've never had hiccups. It's infuriating. Like, I'm getting cut off half sentence, and I don't like it.
Fair enough.
Like, I've already got breathing issues as it is and all these other problems. Like, the last thing I need is for this to piss me off. If I hold my breath, I'm okay. Yeah, see, no hiccups. Oh, No, even laughter wasn't a cure. God damn it. I am so pissed. I get this from spicy food too. I'm like, dude, I can handle like almost 1,000,000 Scovilles past this, and you're going to cause me to hiccup. I've been more drunk than this. Way more. Nope. Today's the day to hiccup. Fuck me. Alright. I'm getting back on.
Roger.
It distracted me. I was trying and trying. I'm getting really pissed off with how much it interrupts my speech. I am beyond pissed. Maybe I can kill a bear or a wolf with that, right?
I mean, potentially, yeah. You want some good news?
Give me some good news. Distract me. Yes.
We got 2 iron picks. I mean, copper picks. Copper picks, not iron. 2 copper picks. The hammer I'm leaving in the base. That way, whoever's here can tear down the stuff. But it will be to the left of the door. A copper pick for you.
I got you.
Oh, it's night again.
While these hiccups don't stop me from playing, it still pisses me the fuck off. Oh, god damn it.
On the bright side, you're not a dwarf.
I've literally drank like 10 times more than this and not had hiccups. It's very infuriating. Maybe the food I eat, I don't know. I had spicy food earlier, so maybe that's it.
I couldn't tell you. Hiccups are a bizarre creature.
Yes, they are. Usually the things that work to get rid of them does not work. And the things that I know to make them go away does not work. Especially after I use them once. So you're not wrong in that assessment. I am just in constant chest pain because of this. I don't know why.
Oh, I don't know which mod it is, but if you ever see any of those things that have like a chance of breaking, like the old stuff, don't break it unless you put glue on it.
Yes, I know about that part. The sad part. Especially since the update on Nearlands. Yes, I know. That's kind of... God damn it. Fucking goddamn hiccups. It's why I thought I'm going to fucking kill myself.
Hiccups aren't that bad.
It is why I decided to liquidate the business. That is why. Because especially if we don't have like resin and glue to take care of said objects they buy, we are out of business. The moment they place it down the first time, it will disintegrate. The moment they try to break it again to replace it somewhere in their house.
No, that's job security. They get it placed at once, and then they have to pay us to go glue it again.
I really apologize for these hiccups, but I'm trying to be reasonable here.
Oh, don't worry about hiccups, man. I mean...
All right. It's the point that when they buy these products now, the shit
Uh-huh.
can disintegrate without
They
proper
have to
application, right?
they have to continuously maintain them?
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm just hiccuping.
No, no, I'm saying they have to continuously maintain the items? Because nothing in my house is broken.
Until you break it.
Correct. No, that's fine. That's good for us. That means place it and it's done. They have
But
to
with
buy it
certain
again.
objects, you can't do that. You have to replace them many times. So
So
we
you're
need to offer glue.
so what I'm asking you is if I buy X object from the guild and I place it down and I never ever ever touch it again, is it okay?
That that is fine.
Okay, so
But
that's
somebody
correct.
like the expert builders that buy this shit, like Key or the others like Yohan, etc.
Mhm.
When they're trying to multiply place it to get in the right position for said furniture or item, what do we say to them then when it breaks?
You have two options. One, we can sell you glue. Two, you can talk to an admin. That is called job security. If there are no thieves, you need no police.
That
That is good for the guild.
that's another entire conversation I have to have drunk with Zolgrim to get him to agree to
Let
replace
so
broken
name it.
items because of the update.
No, that's good for the
I
guild.
power through that
So
hiccup, but
so let
you see what I mean.
yes, and I think it's good for the guild. Not bad. I think it's a positive, not a negative. I think it's quite the opposite. So let me put it this way: name one guild.
It's a
Is any guild?
positive for you all, but
So
a negative for me because I have to deal with Zolgrim.
no, you don't, because they have to buy from us. So name one guild. I'll give you an alternative. Name one. Any guild. So okay, miners. We'll do the hardest one first.
Yes, they uncover
Race.
shit and they don't tell me about it because I'm the guild leader, and they should be telling you when they find dungeons and they don't. And they weren't
So
telling Teller either. So
okay,
I'm
so
going to be that ass.
no, they did tell me. They told people they liked and not the people they disliked.
Hmm.
They told, dude, Rev
Not the
told me loads.
leadership.
R-
We have
Rev,
to
what?
answer for this
Hey,
shit.
the guild leader of the Miners Guild told Brick Diesel loads of stuff. Why? Because Brick Diesel told Revenant loads of stuff. I had a great working relationship with them.
Oh
They told
no,
me loads of stuff.
I get that in
Okay,
game. That's
okay. So,
fine. That's fine.
let's go back to the point then. The point being is, what do they do? They set the base prices, which affect the overall economy.
Yeah,
Because
they all
literally
do.
everybody needs good tools. So everything is ultimately affected by the Miners Guild. They're the easy one.
You notice how I shit on the current guy? Okay, you notice how I shit on the current economy?
It's a very weird economy and it's
It's
better than it was.
overpriced.
It's
That's the
better than it
problem.
was. 100% better than it
It
was.
could
That's half.
fluctuate if they would lower prices.
Everybody has a bottom cost. So here you got two. So this is kind of what I'm getting at. This is kind of the half of the whole conversation I wanted to bring it to. You have two primary bottom lines. One is your farmers. The second is your miners. They set the baseline material costs. There's the third, which is the woodworkers. But the woodworkers are more dependent on the blacksmiths than the other two would be dependent on anything else. And that's because the miners, for the durability of the item costs, get more materials. So you have the two baselines, which is your miners and your farmers, and then you have the woodworkers. As a woodworker and having done mining and enough of the whole thing, I understand this.
Yes.
Everybody wants to get their cut. The tavern's the interesting piece because they fluctuate dramatically.
The raw
They've had.
the raw material end always suffers. I've noticed this in many servers.
I'm telling you is that I have been on good terms with the guild leader or master or whatever of all the primary guilds
But I will say
since the
this:
beginning.
the
The
base
the
cost,
Raws,
the base
they've always
cost
done
from
great.
these people to get the raw materials is going to base every other price throughout the entire economy afterwards.
And they never suffered. That is the lie. I told you what guild suffered the most, which guild suffered the second most. The two poorest guilds have always been the Adventurers Guild and first and foremost, fishing.
So was I wrong in taking that price tag for that armor earlier?
Does this come from Kleb?
6.3 gold just to
Uh,
have steel brigandine.
you should no. Kleb won't do you wrong as far as I'm aware. And I've
I
been
mean, just
given
getting your honest opinion, is that a reasonable price? Especially if it's like a special boys club
100.
kind of,
You could spend more money on worse armor that the guards did. That
Okay.
black guard armor is worse and costs more.
That's what I
As
need.
you understand that most all that black guard armor was found by me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I
And
know. And
then
they
they
keep
had to,
asking for it too. And I'm like, we don't, like, I don't
I,
have adventurers right now. Right now,
I
I'm doing the
I
whole
can
sell
do
and
it.
selling it off.
I will go out there. They've been giving me gears, but I need to confirm that they will buy it. Now the problem is
That
I
was
have
my
to
problem too. They would
I
say,
have to
"Oh yeah,
the
yeah,
traders
yeah."
have to
I
have
would
it.
finally meet these orders, and they
And they
wouldn't
don't buy
come
it.
up. They would not buy it. It's
Uh-huh.
sitting there.
Yes. I've been told people want a chandelier. You know what? The guild has a chandelier, but we're using it, and I don't want to get rid of it, even
But
though it's
I'm
in the
sure they
basement.
went
No
with
one cares.
Zolgrim to get a chandelier at a fucking place.
No, well, no. The
That's
Zolgrim.
another problem I've had. They'll ask for these items. They'll get their items when they go with him on these special little events and excursions. Why are we even here then?
Dude, I've made loads of money on the guild.
That
Like
almost got rid of my
I'm
hiccups. That was actually pretty solid.
right. Like so you have to understand is you can 100% do this job and be successful individually. So not as a guild master, the owner or the shop owner or whatever.
I am
As
though.
the
That's the
and
problem. Like I have to figure out what to do with this. I am already
well,
saying like it's
okay,
dying, and I got
okay.
to
So
dissolve it and make it into something else.
if you want to
Like
be
your
poor,
alchemy shop, merch shop. I can pick up animal carcasses and solos
hey,
to a
no, here,
butcher. Make it a
no, hear me
butcher
out,
shop.
hear
Even
me out,
hear me
hear
out.
me
Yeah,
out.
any of it.
No, hear
I'm
me
down
out.
for whatever.
Hear me out.
If you
As an
if you were
Hey,
willing to work with
listen,
me, this is the
please,
shop we
my
can
friend.
use.
Naxus. No,
Yes.
Naxus. Do you want to make 2 silver or do you want to make 2 gold?
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna ask
want
you
the
straight now.
gold. I want the straight
Okay.
gold.
So then listen.
I also want the damn worship on that hillside that Teller died for too. That can
If
make
you want to do
gold.
RP is different.
Yes, but like I got two different
Okay. All
avenues
right.
here. I
So
got two different avenues.
yes, you could be piss broke or you can make money.
No, I'm rich right now, and I'm willing to do something to
No,
make the server
you
change.
inherited wealth. You inherited wealth. You can't make the server
Yes.
rich.
No,
You don't bring the
not
max.
intentionally. Most people think I murdered him in those hills and took his shit. No,
But there's a 50-50
we were
chance.
supposed to like hire. I was supposed to
Okay.
get the
All right.
guards to
Wait,
come and
wait.
save us, and he said, "No, fuck it, I quit." So
Okay.
I inherited all of that.
I never assumed you of anything evil.
Yes.
So let me say 2 things. One is I do want to go smoke again. So
Yes.
I want to say this quick. The guild is profitable.
It is.
100%. No, don't listen to anyone else. Listen to the person who's been there since before any of them, longer than any of them. There has never been a day that Brick Diesel was not there. Okay, I missed a session. Okay.
No, you're fine. I need
No,
this
I'm
kind of
saying.
intel.
So the guild is and always has been profitable. It is how the guild functions that gives different impersonations. Okay? So for example, where did Teller get all of his money? Do
Shady
you know?
deals,
No.
illegal activity.
No, no, and no. He made some that way. I would guess
And
yes.
skimming the books.
There would likely be some of that, but I will tell you the majority of his wealth came from adventuring. There is a huge chunk of it that came from his operations in the
Person to
mining
person
guild.
that he doesn't record. Yes.
Whether he paid taxes or not is 100% different.
That's what I mean by
So,
this.
no, this is the misconception. So you were thinking like Zolgrim wanted the guild to act. So let me tell you how the guild works.
Zolgrim didn't actually comprehend how this guild would act, and he didn't understand how the
No.
luminescent is. And I'm
He
the
hate-
last luminescent member.
So, no, let me
I'm
tell
the
no,
last of Teller's fucking temple.
let me tell you how
So,
it is and has
yeah.
and always was
Please
and then did.
spill it on me. Like,
That's
if
what I'm
anybody uses this information off this
So
stream,
listen,
I'm
please,
going to fucking
my
have
friend.
your ass. No, continue.
And then be wary, for I will have you otherwise.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the guild has always operated in X fashion. Whether it was proceeded through or not, it was based on the guild leader, which was not Brick Diesel.
The guild leader was the lead of two different illegal operations. So, I mean, let's get to the chase here. This is
I was
actually helping
trying.
my hiccups.
Yes, I've been trying, but you have to let me finish. If I
By
can't
all
finish,
means.
then you'll
By all
never
means.
know.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. You have X amount of employees. Each amount of employees bring in Y amount of items. Okay. X amount of employees, Y amount of items. They can and will and do and always have sold independently. Okay. So this is the first and foremost key to the guild.
Yeah.
So I brought in a chandelier and then I sold it for 2 gold.
That's why the man's only asking land tax. I get it.
No. Let me finish, or you will not understand the whole thing.
Go for
That's okay. So
I want you to educate my crowd too. Anybody that watches this afterwards, and this is out of character knowledge. We know this.
No, this is always forefront. Like this is like an open knowledge. This is how the guild functions. So
in fact, like after you are finished halfway through this, I need a cigarette.
I'm gonna go smoke. No, let's just go now. I'm smoking now.
Okay. We're getting a cigarette. We're doing this. All right.
All right. I'll be back.
Crowd. This is serious shit. Listen closely. If you ever get into an economy or RP server, listen. You don't share these kind of fucking secrets. You don't talk about this kind of shit. It's stressful. Because you have the weight of the world on your chest when you're a leader of something. Or controlling a certain part of the market. So listen very goddamn closely when we start speaking soon. I have drove this man to a cigarette. So, in a sec, feast your ears, but if I find anyone I know in my crowd or his crowd that listens to this and uses this information in-game, your ass is grass. I promise you, I will call it out. I have video proof of what we've talked about, and if you use this information out of character, I will fucking have your ass. That is it. Do be clear, very fucking clear. We take this shit seriously. So, I'm going to grab a cigarette, let my man have a cigarette, and we're going to fucking go on with this conversation. If you guys can't not say something based on what you've heard, get the fuck out of my stream and get the fuck off my YouTube until after the results have happened. Otherwise, you're going to have a problem. That is it, and that is clear. The only time I keep these kind of conversations on my stream is whenever I make it very damn clear if you use this information, you're fucked. Especially if it involves the server that we are talking about. It's already hard enough that I can't even fucking share my after chats with Discord on said certain servers. But I will not deal with metagaming. I will not deal with people cheating. I will not deal with people lying. I will not deal with people getting information from places that they didn't. Just using whatever they could off my stream. It's not going to happen. So get that out of your head. Anybody here that is going to use that information for their own benefit in-game is not welcome. That's it. To make sure that is clear, disclaimer, I'm going to do a BRB and then we're going to go back to chatting or gaming. I don't know yet. The end of this is kind of more of a, outro. I don't have to show you gameplay. I don't have to say these things. I don't have to do all this, but we're making sure this is clear. Anybody that likes to snipe in on me anymore and listen to my shit, I'm not going to name names. I've noticed that they have. I'm not dealing with it anymore. If this information gets out, I will know, and it will be notified, and you will not be welcome to those servers. That's it. I am very clear on this. I am very fucking crystal clear on this shit. Use that information out of character, and I swear to God, you're not going to fucking touch foot on any servers I showed tonight. So, anybody sticking around, if you want the fucking drama or the talk or whatever, that's cool too. I might even have to fucking end this shit to make sure everything's good.
Hey, brother, what's up?
Oh no, I'm just giving a very hardcore disclaimer to my YouTube and Twitch.
Oh, gotcha.
That if any of this ever escapes, I will make sure they never play on another server again. Period. I'm on that point. Like, you use this shit out of game, like out of character and stuff like that, I'll make sure you never touch another server. Like, this kind of shit, like, is what causes drama, and I'm not about that. But
well, you know why Teller got caught, right?
Like, I also like discussing the problems too, right? You're like, I'm good with that.
You know why Teller got caught, right?
Somebody caught him underneath their building.
No,
what I heard.
He got. Well, I'm just saying, like, for the Meteoric Iron, he got caught because he streamed.
Well, okay, so on my stream, I've done shit I shouldn't be doing, and I even, like, contact Zolgrim afterwards. You know, like, I'm doing this illegal thing.
Yeah, but that's okay.
I was the only one out of the Illuminescent that actually fucking contacted Zolgrim and go, like, am I cool? You know, that was it. That's all it took. Like, literally just say, hey, is this cool? Like, I'm telling you right now, I'm doing this thing. Is that cool? That's all it took. Literally.
Oh, quick question. Are you on the server right now?
No, not right now. Okay. I was waiting. I was like, I sat back on the back burner and I made sure, like, as I'm recording this, I told everyone, like, any of this shit that's said, any of these players that I know, if I suddenly have this information leak out, I will fucking know. Like there's no games played here. Like I'm not gonna have somebody go behind my back and fucking like do this out of game or out of character bullshit with me. This is all like out of character right now. We're just playing a game and we're talking
Correct.
about a server. Now, if that's suddenly used in game, or suddenly
Okay.
like have a admin get on my ass about this, that's the last time they'll ever see my stream. That's the last time they'll even see that server. Like that's it. I'm done. Like I'm not playing that game. So that's what I was talking about before you came in.
Roger.
Like I was
Roger.
being very damn clear. Like whatever you hear on my stream stays in my goddamn stream. Like it's not.
Yeah.
There is in character and there's out of character, and there's like even out of character boundaries you don't fucking pass. Just so people don't have context or some way to combat it, or so they're surprised. It's supposed to be a surprising thing, like.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Anyways, let me grab my cigarette. I was too busy giving that disclaimer. Fucking hell. No, like I don't have to go out and smoke and all that shit like you do.
I know.
I could just bring my cigarette back, but.
Roger.
Fucking hell, dude. I was like on this intense shit, like yeah, I swear to God, if any of you say a goddamn word, like it was like that whole speech.
I know. I was curious.
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to be an asshole, but I'm also like trying to be that asshole too at the same time, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's that kind of thing of like, I'm tired of people using out of game knowledge or metagame knowledge to fucking fuck people over. I'm done with that. I've dealt with that with so many other games and servers and whatever else. I'm done with that. Like, I don't want that drama here in my chat or in my stream. I don't want that in our games. I don't want that on our servers. I'm done with it. And there's so many fucking people like that. Like, fucking Two Towns, dude, that was riddled with it. That's a damn good example for Vintage Story, like, as to what to look out for. Like, like these people that metagame. Watch people stream snipe, and all this other shit. I'm not doing that. Whatever I say in my stream is in my damn stream. If I fucking hear it come out of somebody else's mouth in game or another person's stream, I'm fucking over it. That is it.
Understandable.
Yeah, no, like I'm not trying to be like crazy and hateful and all that shit with you.
Oh, I get you, but brother,
like,
let me tell you this one thing. Go grab your cigarette, then come back, and then join, and then complain about it. Yeah.
Shit.
Do what you got to do real quick, and then come back, and then you can.
No, man, yeah. This topic got me lit up, and I was like thinking about like who else is going to sit here and snipe in. I know Zolgrim watches me and do shit, so give him food for thought at least. I don't know. The voices for the events. I did that before Do, and Do did that for fucking Heimfold, and then suddenly, like, Zolgrim's doing it, so he has to be watching.
He does very little of it, but it happens occasionally. But hey, go grab your cigarette, brother.
I'm not trying to be crazy and conspiracy theory, but yeah. Let me get my cig. All right, back.
Roger.
After this, I have to do vape. Apparently, we're out of fucking smokes. Great. It's great. You know, like Tony the Tiger, right?
I get you. I get you.
Okay, so
found some generic good stuff. Nothing exciting, but useful.
like what you have told me. Holy shit.
Well, everything I've told is open knowledge. I at least was at one point.
For
what
me,
it
it
is now.
wasn't. Being involved in the actual guild and originally the fucking head guild when I first got appointed.
Wait, hold
out
on.
of the circle.
Guess what I just found?
Gave him that head.
I found bismuth.
Ooh, nice.
You know what that does for us, right? We
Does it-
got ourselves
Bronze.
access to bronze. Yeah, no, that's why when everyone's like, oh, he's becoming the guild lead, and I'm just like, you know, I like him, and I'm not fighting against it, but I can't say the previous guy was necessarily wrong.
It was kind of the like I've looked at both price books and shit. I'm going like, okay, this guy was asinine and over detailed, and this guy didn't give a shit and was doing shady shit. So like I kind of like got stuck in between the worst of both evils.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked how Teller ran it. Like the guild made money, people liked it, everyone was happy. The taxes got well. The problem ended up being is we, I guess, weren't in the last 4 sessions weren't paying taxes.
Well, okay, previous ones, yes. The alderman was cool with me, just us paying land tax at least until we figure out what the business does.
No, I'm not saying you and me. I'm saying the last 4 sessions, Teller wasn't paying taxes.
He was dead for the past 4 sessions.
We made money. I saw it.
Well,
yeah, it was there.
Well, no, we made money, but Teller, as the guild leader, was dead for that long, at least longer, even.
No, I'm saying like his active sessions. Yes, no, not like, when he was gone.
Literally, the past 6 sessions, he's been dead.
I'm not saying the last sessions. I'm saying the last session he was on.
Okay,
and the
back then.
Time. So Teller sessions, the last of his.
I already dealt with Alderman because of that. Because I was like, you know, okay, I'm the only one here, and I was supposed to be the original guild lead. I'm like, okay. So and I didn't hear anything about you guys getting passed down to it. So I was like, okay. So now I'm guild lead. What's your business, Alderman? And got this whole storm of like the books and everything else for like an entire like 4-hour session on my stream about taxes.
Ooh, found a teleporter.
I mean, like he ragged me over taxes for 4 hours. Like there was even a session that I skipped so I didn't have to talk to him.
You should have told me.
I kind of did, but didn't.
You probably didn't tell me.
I was being nice.
But understood. Yeah, no, you should have just straight up told me that.
No,
so here's the thing:
that for that matter, like I straight told him, like, no, I need a moment away from the server for a week.
Yeah, well, you understand why I was never made guild leader, right? You were probably only told a half truth.
No, I was never told anything. Like I just went off of like this guy. Like when Teller came up to me, he talked about the business, like how it was not modeled right. I looked over the books with him. He mentioned all the things he would change. I was like, okay, that sounds good. I was like, no, you would be better for this position.
Here's the problem with it all is every time anybody mentions restructuring the guild, they're like, you guys need to go do all these things and the guild will pay for everything, but then the guild makes all the money. And so you're going to make like what, 2 silver a session maybe on top. They don't even consider the increased food costs by sprinting all over the
Oh
place.
no, I
And
turn it into a damn joke where it's a fucking yard sale. If you show up, you
yes.
pick out a bunch of things, put it in the bin, I'm going to give you a prize.
So let's go back to ooh, I found a good ruin.
I'm not trying to ruin
So
the game. Like I'm not trying to do that.
oh nice, I found a nice little ruin for
Yeah, let
us.
me actually get back in the game, man. I'm sorry.
So
Like this conversation, like, is actually something we should have had for a while.
yeah. So let me bring it back. So this is how the guild has and always has functioned. There's been intermediate periods it hasn't been carried out successfully, but this truth is and always has been remained as the only person who's been there since day one and still continues to be there without any breaks, like outside of like I'm missing Sunday for an event. All right. X amount of employees, right? That fluctuates,
Yes.
whatever. You bring in Y amount of items. Okay, that's fantastic. The employee X1 or whatever number is relevant sells items Y whatever number. So you go out, collect items, you sell said items, you write said numbers in tax book. Okay?
Yes.
Now we step out. The guild takes track of all that and takes a cut.
As for the guild, we made 4.6 last session. We made 2 silver this session.
No. We're jumping ahead.
Just throwing that out there, like as an idea of what we're doing now. No.
Well, everything's always been in flux and changing, but I'm just telling you the one consistent kind of truth of it all. So you go out there, you can say, I collected 5 torch holders. I sold 5 torch holders. I wrote that in the tax book, my own personal tax book at the guild. Right? And so the guild's like, I will or will not take a cut based on X, Y, and Z. After that, you can also donate a bunch of the random crap you brought in to the guild.
Yes.
So I brought and sold 5 torch holders. I brought in 2 beds. I just threw the beds and chests in the guild. Somebody at the guild, be it whoever's at the front counter, like T, or the guild leader, say you or Teller or whoever sold, or even a random one of us had sold it. Somebody might take a cut, somebody might not.
Like
ultimately,
the 6 beds I sold or donated, they're 2 silver apiece. That's what, 1.2 gold.
Yeah, without even considering any of that. So essentially, everybody brings in 2 types. 1, they personally sell. 2, they bring to the guild. Outside of that, the guild itself will take said storage and will sell it. Yes. Whoever gets a cut of that money varies a lot.
And
but the individual
commission. Yes.
The individual has always had whatever they sold. You've always been entitled to that. Now, Zolgrim didn't like that system. The problem is...
doesn't either. He doesn't. That's why he kind of went like, just pay the land tax. Like that's kind of the conversation I had with him earlier.
Well, here's the problem is if every other guild...
We made 4.6 last session. If you had looked at the book.
I heard a Discord. You're back. Okay. Yeah, no. I don't care about the specific numbers. No, I get that. But that's
4.6 is what we made, and like that could have maybe lessened how much we paid in land tax. Maybe.
I have a good relationship with their alderman. I make sure that he. No, you don't even know because you haven't even because you have your real life situations where you were able to be
like there. In Hindful, me and Lord are close. We are.
Yeah. So, but this is what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to shorten the conversation so we can get the key points done. Is there's as explained, there's the general concept of how it functions. We'll say the mayor and other people say we want it to be more like other guilds where you just get paid for X amount of period over time. So it's like if you bring in $1 million, you get you get your 100. If you bring in $2, you still get your 100. And they're like, you could fluctuate all this, but I'm like, so here's my issue with it all, and the reason this can never function appropriately is tally up the inventory of all guilds, then compare them to us.
Yes.
You can't do it. You would literally hire a full-time person to do inventory, and they would spend the whole entire session no fun, just inventory.
That's why I told the alderman flat out, like, let me liquidate what I can, then you can do your damn auctions, and then after that, I'll do a bulk sell.
Yeah, but here's
figure out what the business does after this. If you're going to dissolve it so much,
if they dissolve it, I'll just leave, as I mentioned, and so they will hesitate. But that aside, so getting back to our original point is, do you make money? How much money did Teller have? Look at the items in his house. Those are not all mining items. Those are largely our items. Look at my house. I showed you
Corvus
inside my house,
realizes this shit, and he's stuck in a shitstorm.
wait, who do you say?
Corvus, as in my character in that server. He knows the shitstorm he inherited.
Yeah, well, it's not a shitstorm. The problem is you have 1 million people trading positions. And so let's get back to one original point, is why did Brick Diesel never take the role? Is because I said, I won't put up with the crap. I will do this flat kind of concept.
Yeah.
And I will run it as such.
Oh, no. And
Corvus
is the same way.
I on and off character, I told Zolgrim, and I'm like, look, I don't want to be the guild leader. I just want to go do adventuring stuff and do adventuring things, and I like how it functions.
I remember you being in that conversation whenever Teller was brought in. Actually.
Oh, I 100% expect it. I'd be surprised if not. But here's the thing: is every time it came up, I just so happened to be in the Discord, and I had a lot of bourbon. And I didn't join the Discord to sit here and listen to the bitches and moans about other players.
Yes.
I was in there to talk to the people that I played the games with, and I want to have fun. Like, hey, look, Skyscraper fell down, or hey, look, a new video game's out. And then they're like X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, well, these are my opinions. And then they're like, I want to keep talking about these, and I'm like, I'm not in here to talk about these. And then after like 2 hours, I start getting frustrated because I have been drinking bourbon and I haven't been wanting to talk about this drama. Yeah,
I'm like, flat shut out like Zolgrim before. Like I shut his ass down a couple of times.
And so there's this misconception.
There's no meaning to this argument.
Yes, and I'm like, I don't want to be the guild leader. I will be, but I will run it, and I will do it right. As far as I see,
not even just these topics. I've shut his ass down. Like, no, I get you, 100%.
Yeah, and so they didn't like it, and so they're like, and so then he starts saying that like you wouldn't do it under any such scenario, and I'm like, when you push a drunk person continuously for hours, you're gonna get a really unhappy drunk person.
Oh, you're gonna get a very unhappy answer. You know, like it's like that's when the emotions are raw.
You do that for hours on end, I'm not going to be a happy man.
Like, no, you're going to get the worst answer you could imagine possible. That is not the time to push this person. And I mentioned that to him, too. It's like, you catch me at a good time. Like, you talk to me at a good time. Not whenever I'm pissed off about something or I'm upset. Like, that is not the time to talk about this shit.
Well, yeah, and the problem is they like to talk about it when I'm telling them for hours that I do not want to talk about it.
Same. Well, okay, maybe I quietly.
No, I was blatant.
Tell them. No.
I wasn't subtle. I was not subtle. I was very.
I snap.
Let me put it this way. You're like, hey, what about the store? And I'm like, I'm not talking about the store. And if we continue on this conversation in those same kind of words for 2 hours, that means stop. It's not an issue if I've been drinking. I told you for hours.
You and me need
So
to
anyways,
game more, man. Sorry.
oh, you're good. But in a nutshell, that's why I was in Guild Lead, because eventually it came to the point, and I'm like, I will run this, and he's like, you said you would never, and then blah blah blah, and I'm like, that's not quite right.
You gave me no fucking option.
And then the problems continued as they did, and then they're like, Teller's the Guild Lead, and I like Teller. Don't get me wrong. I've stated this.
It was my thing. I was like, I thought he could have done something with it, even with the illegal, like, luminescent bullshit. I was like,
You know what? I liked how he ran it. I was very content of him running.
Yeah, like, it was okay at first, and then now I'm finding out about the fucking tax books being behind. I'm the last one there. Everybody else left. Yeah. I'm, like, left the books and shit. And then finally, like, I had that moment of clarity today. Is like, he just said, just pay the land tax.
Like, the land tax would have made it so simple.
Brick came in and done it. Like,
oh, dude,
the land tax.
Did you not know? I've probably paid half of the land taxes.
Oh fuck, dude.
No, dude, I've paid so much land tax out of the guild money. I rarely paid it myself. I have used my own personal funds to pay the guilds.
I can say this go, we probably would have spent less, though, because of the earnings of last session, not this session. We made 4.6, like, that could have, maybe lessened it a little bit.
The alderman likes me, and the builders have always liked me, because I've always paid as should be when it comes to me.
See, that's I'll just say, see you leave, man. Like shit.
I told you I will probably never leave the Adventurers Guild for multiple reasons.
Like, now the question is, can I get out of the original head? But like, help me, man. Like shit.
I don't want to do the tax books. I had never wanted to.
I don't want to either. I'm not.
But
very good at them
But I've always said I can do these things, but I'm going to do them in my fashion. And nobody ever liked it that I would do it my way, and which was always legitimate.
You're my wingman then. If you literally just said that, like, no, I'm going to do this my way. Like even the tax books, yes, you're my kind of guy.
But you have to understand too, is here. I've already confirmed many, many, many times with Zolgrim. Income, X. Expenses, Y.
Yeah. That's the way it was told to me.
And it's always
about my books. Like the alderman's bitching about my books. I'm like, no.
He could have talked to me.
He told me, like, no,
there twice
they pay land tax. It's okay. I'm like, what? Aren't you going to give me the shaft? Aren't you going to try to shove your dick down my throat? Like, what's going on? Like, what? Do you lose your fight?
I mean, I'll be honest. The Adventurers Guild would have probably only paid like a third of their taxes if it wasn't for me.
How much did you give him?
This time, I gave him a gold.
How much?
No, I gave him a gold.
A gold. Oh,
correct.
Shit. Oh my god. Okay. I was like, shit, dude. I might as well be sucking your dick. Like, what the hell?
Well, you have to understand is
going by with their system, we owed. I'm not only going to say that on the stream. Like, no,
it's fine. It doesn't even matter. Here's the problem: is they can only ask so much of you because you can only manage so many hours each session because you have life. You have things you have to do.
A property and a business that I have never controlled.
No, that's not the relevant part. The relevant part.
Either.
You have real life obligations. It doesn't matter what they are. That is the issue. So you can come for 2 hours a session. So that leaves me.
I came in just to pay him, and he said, like, no, you took care of it. And
I do. Don't tell me you've been double paying.
A gold?
Yes.
I should be on my knees fucking sucking you off. Like, what the hell, dude?
Here's the problem here's the problem is I'm doing the Alchemist Guild. I'm helping the woodworkers because Mo's been busy with real life. And I'm doing the Adventurers Guild.
I told him that I'm trying to convince you to, like, maybe move some of your operation into that building. And I do my own thing. Like, it's a multi-purpose building. If we finally...
No, I've already tried that.
You know,
I talked to Zolgrim and I said, "Can I include the alchemist into the adventures?"
the
And I was shot
alderman's
down.
completely opposite. He told me
Yeah,
that's fine to liquidate the building, like all the assets and shit, and then start a
no,
new
no.
business. And as long as a business is there,
But I told you I'm not okay with that
I mean,
for many reasons.
yeah. I was
I
looking for a scapegoat for either of us. Like, one position in the building could be, whatever the fuck it is, and your other position in the building could be another.
I want
Alderman's
the
been good
adventure
with
deal.
that.
No,
So
he's been super cool. He's helped me 100%, and I made
Mayor
sure
needs to listen to his alderman then.
he has a lot more concerns. He has 2 towns, and have you heard
Yeah.
about the stuff he deals with?
Not
they're
in
not
the other
they're
town.
no, I'm just saying, like, even like the they do polls and stuff. Did you hear the stuff they say?
Oh no, I've seen some of the bullshit in the polls, yeah.
So I'm just let I'll be honest. The reason I think Zolgrim wants this server to end is he's tired of running it, and he's tired of people being
Shitheads.
terrible, just being terrible. That's a great word. Is terrible. They're being terrible.
No, shitheads. Like, with me and him, like, we're all gold. Like, he's tried to get me on his WoW server and all this other shit. He's, like, shared, like, old, like, emulators on old games and stuff with me. He's been good with me.
Oh, I found
it's the
a
fact
bunch of
that there's too many shitheads.
yeah. Well, I mean, I get you, but that's not even entirely. I mean, like, they say some pretty terrible things. Like, that's a nice way to put it.
I know he
They
takes
say
it
some,
personally, even though he doesn't say he does. Like,
well, when
getting
they
to know the
target
guy.
him personally, it's easy to take it personally. They say it can only be one person, and it's blatant.
I'm
And
gonna mute my
anyway,
chat for a sec just to make sure
I,
this is not getting out.
no, it's okay. I'm not going to say any of that. And it was on the server. No, but people have said some pretty